This is your roommate's podcast. Welcome to our apartment.
What's up, Jake?
Hey, bud.
How's it going?
It's going good, man.
Is it weird being down to one mic?
It's kind of weird.
What we do this weekend? I think we did something pretty fun.
This weekend, we went down south.
Down all the way south.
Down south.
Mexico.
Well, we went through Cuba.
We went through Cuba.
Cuba, Missouri.
On our way down to Rolla, S&T. The college.
The college. And city.
And city. But mostly the college.
We were definitely in college town.
Yeah.
Duh.
We had a lot of fun there. We were down there for St. Patrick's Day weekend. They go insane down there.
That's what they say.
They freaking start a week early. I always know because I'll start looking at Instagram and the people who go there I'm like, it's Monday and they're freaking dressed in green and ready to go. Pretty sure they're drunk right now. What the hell? So they go really hard down there. And
yep.
We know. This is our, second year going?
2 years.
2 years.
Dos. Gonna go next year.
Hell yeah.
And the year after that.
And the year after that. We're gonna keep going. Forever.
I mean, I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Because someone was telling me, and we're going to go, I'm going to be here next year, and the year after that. And I thought for a second, because I'm graduating next year, I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to come back even after I graduate. Screw it.
You got to.
Worth it.
Yeah, it's fun. But while we were there, what we get to do, we had some fun times. We saw Bowling for Soup.
Saw Bowling for Soup.
Which was fucking awesome.
They were good. They were fun. Fun live.
Yeah, they were definitely fun live.
They were fun. 303 was there. Ugh.
That was rough.
You had to sit through that one.
Yeah, that sobered me up.
I mean, I feel like they did their best to keep the energy going, but it was just like...
No, they just, like, weren't, like... I didn't even... Honestly, I couldn't hear their words. Like, there was a lot of backtracks.
Yeah, the backtrack was pretty loud.
And they were pretty funny when it was just them talking, but, like, half the show was just them talking.
Right,
so,
they didn't have a whole lot of material.
So...
But it was free.
It was free. If you don't know, Rolla throws free concerts every St. Patty's weekend. And this year, it was 303 and Bowling for Soup. Last year was Tech 9, which was hype. We went, and we had no idea. We went last year, had no idea they did this. Yeah. And then people were like, Tech 9's coming. And we're like, oh, sick.
Okay.
And they're like, it's free. I was like, what the fuck? That's crazy. He's going on tour soon. He's going to be here end of May. It's a big show.
It's a big show? There's a lot of people on it?
Artists I like on it, yeah.
Cool.
Thinking about going. It's May 31st. And it's got like Dax on it.
Ooh.
Chris Calico. However you say his name. But we saw him last year. He was cool.
Tech 9.
Tech 9?
Yeah, so... Had a good time.
Yeah, what else did we do?
We recorded a podcast there. This is where I'm starting to transition.
Okay.
We talked to our friend Jimmy, who is the...
Jimmy Pescar?
The
Jimbo's the man? Jimothy? Jimmy can't stop?
I think we've mentioned Jimmy a couple times.
Yeah, he's a good friend of ours.
But we talked to him because he's the fraternity expert, because we want to get the facts into the world.
And he let us know on a couple surprises that he found in his experience.
Yeah, so
that other people probably should know about.
Yep, interesting talk. That's what you're listening to today. Enjoy it. We did. Jake's gone. Some of it I was a little gone.
Jake's
it's okay.
Pretty gone.
The audio is also, we're on a one mic system right now because of some technical difficulties. So it doesn't sound as good or crisp as usual, and our recording with Jimmy is also not the most crisp, but it's good. It's fine. You'll enjoy it. It's a good talk.
Yeah. We'll get these issues worked out soon and be back to our normal, maybe even better selves.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Enjoy. So what are we going to talk about?
Yeah, what's up, Jimmy?
Hello. Oh, you guys want? Okay.
How about you tell them about yourself?
Yeah, I'll talk a little bit.
Who is Jimmy?
Yes.
Who is Jimmy?
Very important.
Pescar. James the Killer. Pescar.
Who is Jimmy?
Let me explain. Jimmy. So I am a wildlife biologist. I went to Rolla my freshman year to be an engineer. Changed my mind. Want to be a wildlife biologist.
Yeah.
And now I go to Mo State. I love the outdoors. I'm secretary of Wildlife Society.
Wait, what does that entail? Give us a little info on that.
About what? Wildlife Society?
Secretary. What do you do?
Secretary. So I'm in charge.
Do you do anything?
Yes, I do stuff.
He did something today, didn't he?
I actually, yes.
Yeah, I helped
Exactly.
him. I helped him.
Exactly.
That's so fast. That was really unfortunate. I was stoned off my mind.
Yeah?
Whoa.
Whoa.
No,
No, you definitely can say that.
It doesn't matter.
I was just goofing.
Okay, good. I was about to say, I was like...
No, you're definitely
No, you're good. It's legal here.
Okay.
So you're a wildlife... You did Wildlife
That's right.
Society.
Yes. I'm a secretary.
What is it? What does that position entail?
So basically, I have to, like, publicize our events. I have to get people informed who are club members.
Yeah.
And let them know about the event through Facebook, social media, whatever that is. And I'm also in charge of the stream part of the club. So basically, we're Wildlife Society. We do a bunch of trail cleanups. We go to our local veterinarian office and help out. What do you call those? Basically dogs without. I forgot what they're called.
Dogs?
No,
Dog
animal shelter.
Animal shelters?
Yeah, we go.
You help out at animal shelters and stuff?
And I'm in charge of anything stream related. So we adopted the stream.
Uh-huh.
And everything related with the stream stuff.
So cleaning it up,
and
picking up trash.
We collect these little macroinvertebrates.
Well, what are those?
So basically, in order to test how well the stream is, you have to see based off the organisms that live in the stream.
Well, that's some
cool.
crazy science shit right there.
It really is. And it's actually a lot of fun, and I'm in charge of that part.
So you collect those little tap things and send them off to the lab or something?
Yeah, it's called Missouri Stream Team if you're in Missouri or anything. Do it. It looks good on a resume, and it's really fun.
All right.
That's cool. So you run the social media account?
Yeah.
What? So if people, what's that social media account called so people can follow it?
Too.
It's a good question. Let me look it up. Let me look it up.
I have questions, Shake. I'm sorry.
No, you go. You
go? Are you good?
No, I'm good.
You good, Jake?
I have some follow-ups, but I think Jimmy's got it right now.
Okay. So our Instagram is MSU_wildlife_society. Definitely go follow that.
Yeah, go
definitely go follow that.
All that's listening, if you're not following them by this point, after Jimmy said it 3 times, I might have to come in your house and actually ask you politely, because I wouldn't hurt you.
Or you just come in their house.
I would come in their house. At some point.
Just a little bit.
It depends.
Yeah.
Just the tip. Right? It's just a tip.
No, they would fucking notice.
They would notice.
I make myself seen. All right, moving on. Wildlife Society, Missouri State.
Any other questions about Wildlife
Okay, so
Society?
talking about this is science-based,
This is
right?
science, yes.
Science.
All right, so what is Wildlife Society going to do about the nuclear warheads in fucking Iraq or whatever?
That's not wildlife, Jake.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yo,
I want to know what are you
wild
gonna do?
and I'm living. What you gonna do about them nuclear warheads that don't actually exist in Iraq, but I'm gonna say they are because that's what other people are saying?
Wildlife people don't deal with that problem.
See,
I have
ladies and gentlemen,
knowledge.
they're gonna keep dodging your questions until we die.
Politicians, Jesus,
All right.
secretaries.
So Jimmy's actually a fraternity expert, apparently.
I am. Yeah. I know a lot about fraternities. I'll say that. I've had a lot of good experience and a lot of bad experience. I feel like if anyone in the world is curious about fraternities in any way whatsoever, I have first-hand experience.
Now,
anything.
See, I've never been in a fraternity, but I do have 2 brothers, so I feel like that's the same thing.
It's kind of, I would say it's a little bit different.
Oh, it's a little bit different because they're not blood.
I never had to haze my I never had to suck my brother's dick. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on.
Of course, yeah.
Alpha Chi's spaghetti noodle, but
what was the frat you were part of?
I was in Pi Kappa Phi. which is
that like
It's a pretty well known. I would say.
What is it?
The average university has a Pi Kappa Phi. But what's a
Pi Kappa
I think
Phi?
my cousin's in that one.
Really?
I do.
You might be. Pike's very similar to get mixed up very often. That's the one Colton's in.
Yeah.
Our other roommate.
Yeah. For those who don't know.
Colton. Wait. We have a roommate?
Yeah, you're one of them.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are part of our roommate situation. I haven't seen rent in a while. Kind of fucked up. Like, I could use like a 20 or a 30. They make a $30 bill? They got Andrew Garfield on the $30 bill?
Yeah.
All right, Eli, I need your support. I need you to come in. I need you to come and save me right now.
Save you...
From this sentence. I can't articulate the sentence.
I found that out quickly. So, Jimmy, you were part of Pi Kappa Phi?
That's correct.
Okay. So, what happened to you? What was the good? What was the bad? Give us all. How many dicks you have to suck?
I'll explain all of that. This super long story. Strap into your seatbelts because we're going in deep.
Oh, we're going.
All right.
We're going in hella deep to all of fraternity. What's true? What's made up?
This is what all 15 listeners have been waiting for.
Yeah.
All 15.
Yeah.
The juicy stuff.
So basically, I first encountered fraternities down here at Rolla.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of friends who I met at Rolla, who I became really good friends with, and then they joined a fraternity, and it was fine. They were still my friend, even though they still hung out with me and stuff. But most fraternities make you live in the house.
Yeah. That's what I've heard from a lot of
most fraternities will make you live in the house, and once they started living in the house, they just never hung out with me. They literally didn't pay any attention to me, and I was like, what the heck? It was kind of strange.
Well, they kind of get into their own little world.
They really do. No, they really do.
The experience that I've had is Colton, who's our roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been in Pike for 2 years.
2 years.
Every time that somebody from his frat comes over, except for a few times, most of the time the frat people don't even acknowledge us.
It's true.
They usually just pretend they're in a different world, which is just weird.
It is weird.
Me. A couple times they're cool and they're normal, but most of the time it's kind of this weird disconnect.
Personally, what I've seen, fraternity people only care about themselves, and sororities. If you're not affiliated with them, they don't really care about you.
Yeah, it's very selfish.
It is very selfish. However, I will tell you, they do care about themselves very much.
Yeah, the people in the group.
The people in it, they care about them a lot. They would take a bullet for those people.
Right.
It's
it's
a deep
strong
connection,
bond.
Yeah.
But
if you're not part of it, if you're not part of it, they really don't give a fuck.
No, it's just this person's in our apartment, and I'm like, hey, how's it going? And it's they're not giving me anything, and it's okay, I guess. This is how it is.
So many friends do.
I just feel every time that people talk about frats, I just feel you're basically paying for friends. I just don't get it. And maybe it's because I have friends and I don't
think there's some truth to that, but frats can definitely be helpful for a lot of people.
They really can, and I'll get into
if you're lonely. If you don't have a lot of friends
other reasons
around you.
Too.
People struggle to find friends in college.
Let me explain to you. So my friend Luke, he goes here to Missouri S&T. He joined a fraternity. He was one of my friends that stopped hanging out with me. And through the fraternity, he got an internship as a freshman. The Delta Sig, who was hiring for engineers, he was a Delta Sig, and he hired Luke over everyone else.
Just because he was
a Delta Sig.
Even though
I swear to God, yeah.
Even though he's a freshman?
Even though he was a freshman. And
That's
he's
crazy.
got this badass internship. It's actually really good for him. And he's a freshman. He hasn't even taken Calc 2, Calc 1.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. It's actually... And he got that through Delta Sig, and that's not the only thing I've heard. There's other situations where they help you get a job and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They're really good at making you achieve what you want to achieve.
It's like a networking.
Yeah. They're really good at
situation.
networking.
Yeah. But you have to pay for it.
You do have to pay for it.
And you have to suck dicks.
You might have to suck a few dicks.
Might have to eat that.
That's coming from me and Eli, who we were in a fraternity. We've seen American Pie 2, though. We know what goes down.
We know. Okay, Blue Mountain State. I fucking know.
That show's so bad. So good though. You've seen that, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Everybody's seen Jake. You're the only one who's not seen it.
We watched it. For the first time I watched it with Eli, like a month ago.
Really? You haven't seen that?
Yeah.
No, I never saw that.
I feel like that's something everyone has to watch.
I know.
No, like, honestly.
I know.
It's actually pretty fucking entertaining.
It is very fucking entertaining. It's not like a great show, but it's fucking funny.
Yeah.
It is
It's something you have to...
The only thing we have left, we finished the series.
We have to watch the Thad Castle movie.
The movie. Have you seen the movie?
Oh, I haven't seen the movie, actually.
Maybe we need to
we
watch
should
it
watch it this
sometime.
weekend. At some point. I don't know.
There we go.
I mean, we could watch the movie and then live the movie. You know what I'm
We have to
saying?
try everything they do in the movie
Do everything
in real
they do
life.
Yeah.
Here at Rolla.
In one weekend.
Exactly. Yes.
That'd be insane.
Do they know that we're here at St. Pat's for
Yes, yes. We'll definitely
Well, we'll
put in an intro, but yeah, we're here at St. Patrick's Day weekend in Rolla.
Yeah, Missouri.
Jimmy
Really freaking
Jimmy used
crazy.
to go here, but now he goes to Missouri State.
Yeah.
Which is like, what, another hour and a half from here
Yeah,
Yeah.
Springfield.
An hour
in
and a half.
Springfield.
Rolla
Missouri.
is insane. For
Rolla's crazy.
St.
during
Patty's.
Pat's.
We
I
actually
don't-
we haven't even gone out, and I don't
No.
think we are gonna go out. But like,
No, there's-
this house is bonkers
Yes.
right now.
There's gonna be at least 25 people here over the next
25, 30 people staying in the same
Yeah.
house.
It's
one
a
house.
pretty decent sized house, but like it's just like
It is pretty big.
But
like-
for any house, 25, 30
Yeah.
people is a lot.
yeah.
no, the thing is, like, I think about people hanging out here, and then it hits me that like everyone's
They're sleeping.
sleeping
I know.
here. Everyone's gonna
I
sleep
know,
here
dude. I
too.
don't know how the fuck it's going.
We'll figure it
Oh,
out.
that's good.
Yeah,
It's been fun.
it has been fun. So what was your particular experience in your frat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll explain why I joined a frat. Like, why
Yeah.
would I join a frat if I saw, like, my friends, like, leaving them and all that. And I was thinking about it, and every single one I talked, they were like, greatest experience of my life. Best
Really?
decision I've ever made in my life. Everyone I talk to says that. Have you guys, like, I'm sure Colton,
I've heard, people always
don't
say,
know.
they always talk great
they
about
always talk great about it. You don't hear anyone who doesn't like
it. Well,
it.
if you talk bad about it, you get in trouble. I mean, you fucking get
I'd
wrecked.
probably
That's kinda
You'll get
true.
wrecked by your people.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah.
And the people who would talk bad about it usually leave during, like, initiation. Because
Probably.
it's only the hardcore ones who stay.
Yeah,
That's true.
because both our roommates are in the same frat
Yeah,
now.
Got you.
but one's joining. But, so why'd you join?
Yeah.
So I know I joined because of
you're-
that one guy, Luke. He actually got a really good internship. I was like, maybe I could do
It's
that.
a good networking.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my suite mates, Rowan and Devin, were rushing, and I didn't know them that well, and I wanted to, like, make better friends with them, because from what I saw, like, they were friends of mine, but I could see, like, I was willing to join a fraternity with them because I liked them so
Yeah.
much.
Is Rowan still in the fraternity?
Rowan is still in the fraternity right now.
For how long? How much
He
longer?
could possibly be staying in it forever.
Because we know Rowan.
We know Rowan.
For the listeners, we know Rowan for forever.
Yeah.
It was just so random that you and Rowan ended up living together. Because
Yeah.
he transferred to Missouri State
Yeah.
the same year.
So the
I know.
crazy. So here's
That
the
is
crazy story.
That's just
So,
crazy. Yeah.
I've known
Oh,
Jimmy since kindergarten,
Yeah, same.
and Jake's
Forever.
known him since kindergarten, and then our friend Rowan, we were in a band with freshman year. We started a band.
Freshman, yeah, sophomore year.
We started a band, and they honestly. So Jimmy and Rowan, way different people when we first knew them.
Like, I never would have thought you guys would have
Yeah.
met up.
And then
It's weird how life
Jimmy
works
started
sometimes.
changing college. Rowan
Started changing too.
a little bit.
He changed his degree from music to science.
Yeah, he changed
Right.
that type of
Yeah.
stuff.
Right, yeah, that's cool.
And I changed it too. I changed
And,
engineering and wildlife.
And then their second years, I found out that they're both just transferring to
That's
Rolla.
crazy.
And
Or
then
Missouri State, yeah.
Missouri State. They're transferring to Missouri State. Jimmy from Rolla, Rowan from Webster.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then they end up being roommates out of
So
nowhere,
random.
out of freaking nowhere.
It's random. But I'm glad.
Yeah, we didn't set. Yeah, it is.
Because Rowan's a good guy, and of course you're a good guy. So,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
yeah. It's pretty tight.
Yeah, me. He's like.
And so you guys are all... You are out of the fraternity now.
I am. Yeah.
But you guys all joined it together.
all joined it
You all
together,
rushed
yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Last fall.
But they don't care, right? They're still cool.
Cool.
Rowan
and Devin.
Yeah, Devin's dropping.
Oh, Devin's dropping too.
Devin's 100% dropping.
Gotcha.
Okay. Yeah, I need to meet Devin. Never met him.
Yeah, Devin's pretty chill. You might have. Eli, have you?
Yeah, I met him.
Yeah.
Came down.
okay. Very brief.
Yeah, he's tight.
He's just a very chill guy.
Yeah.
Chill.
Mostly hung out with Rowan and Jimmy though.
Yeah.
And Ethan.
Too.
Haven't seen Rowan in a minute.
Yeah.
I see Ron like every day of my life.
You live with
Your roommate, yeah.
I know,
Yeah.
crazy.
That's so weird when everybody comes here to Rolla every year.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has their factions, like the Jeffco kids
yeah,
all
I know.
come, and then like us Umsel kids come, and then Missouri State people come. It's weird, but it's awesome.
And we see a bunch of people we like never see.
Like,
No, this year I haven't seen Clayton since like graduation.
Really?
Probably.
Last time I saw Clayton was in Infinity War, the opening night.
That's right.
Oh, cause yeah, you guys both love Marvel.
Yeah, we ran into each other. No plans, just we're in the same row.
It's awesome.
Same movie.
No, that's
Crazy.
why I love this fucking trip every year.
No, it's right.
You get to see people from like kind of a different part of your life come
Yeah.
back together. That's really cool.
From high school.
No, it really is.
It really is cool.
I completely 100%.
And Jimmy,
That's why I plan on coming back because I'm gonna graduate next year.
Oh yeah, this will probably be a thing for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I'm graduating next year, but even the year after that, I'll come back.
Yeah.
Like I'll find a way.
I don't know if we'll end up doing it here every year.
No,
but like,
but we definitely need to meet
we
up.
could do it. We could do a St. Patty's thing.
Yeah. You're
But
right.
Whatever.
eventually, it will be weird because people won't be living here at all. Like we won't.
Sure,
know
no one's
anybody.
gonna live in Rolla after that.
Nobody's gonna live in Rolla.
Right. You're right.
So we'll just somebody will.
You're right.
It's true.
We'll either get a big Airbnb or somebody has a big house.
Definitely got to keep the tradition going because it's really cool.
Oh,
Like
it is.
today, I remember my mind was just getting blown over and over again.
Yeah, you
Today's
just.
the first day, dude.
I know.
I know, it's crazy.
I've been here for two days longer than you guys have.
I know you.
True,
You got here on
true.
Wednesday.
Yeah, I got here Wednesday.
Freaking going hard.
There wasn't a lot of people here.
No,
Wednesday.
if I didn't have class, I would have came earlier.
Barely even went to class yesterday. Oh my god, I could go into that if I had to, but it's such a waste of time.
It's true. So why did you drop? You
So why'd I
joined
drop?
because
I just
you wanted
dropped-
internships, but you dropped.
Yeah, and Rowan told me that this fraternity seemed different than its normal fraternity. They focused on academics and they didn't haze. They specifically said they didn't haze. And I was like, one of my biggest fears with joining fraternity was the hazing. Because I hear it happening like all the time, and
You don't want to suck a random
yeah, like,
stick.
you don't want to do that.
You don't want to eat the cum biscuit.
You don't want to eat the cum biscuit. No one wants to eat the cum
Nobody
biscuit.
wants to eat the cum
And I
biscuit.
remember I took a tour and I went to a rush event. That's like a rush event is basically like an activity where you hang out with the fraternity, you do an event with them like roller skating or something, and then you party with them afterwards.
Okay.
So you get like to experience if you like them or not. And I really had a fun time with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then they told me, every single guy I talked to said, we do not hate it, like in any way, shape, or form. And
Yeah.
to this day, I will say, this is a weird thing. I have had like weird stuff happen to me in the fraternity. There was some sketchy stuff that happened to me, but they don't consider it hazing. And there are 2 fraternities on campus that don't haze, and they're one of them. So everything that I've experienced is even like not as bad as other fraternities.
Yeah.
Like your typical fraternities, if that makes sense.
Every fraternity hazes in some way.
Yeah.
No.
Just
They
some
really
are
do.
way worse.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, some worse than
I gotta
others,
pee on the back.
and all the
Jake's going to the bathroom, so it's just me and Jimmy
yeah.
for a hot sec.
Very understandable. And what was I? I lost my train of thought.
We were talking about how every fraternity hazes, but
Oh yeah,
Not
but this
so
one
much.
seemed different. And
Yeah.
my friends Rowan and Devin were rushing.
mm,
Here's the one thing that kind of scared me. It was $460 a semester.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money, right? Like,
yeah, I agree. I don't.
That was probably the biggest issue at first. And what was I thinking originally? Originally, I was just like, well, I'll try it out. I'll see if I like it or not. And if I still want to, if I end up really liking it, I'll pay the $460. Because money is the biggest issue of mine. And I was willing to do it if I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But I was like, if it's not worth the money, I won't do it. Or something like that. I was testing the waters.
Mm-hmm.
And I ended up really liking it first. Fraternities do a really good job, at making them want to join you. I'll say that.
They do. They try extremely hard.
They have mastered it. Because you get a bunch of people who all don't know each other. And for the most part, most fraternity guys are pretty cool. Like, that
Yeah.
rushing. Like, they're all really cool guys. They don't really know what they're getting into with college and stuff.
Jake
Like,
is back.
they're new guys. Like, they just showed up. They're living away for the first time from their families, usually. And they don't know what to expect, but usually, for the most part, they're cool guys. So, you end up bonding with them a lot. We had rituals once a week to become closer with our fellow members that were rushing the fraternity. Rushing means joining the fraternity. Mm-hmm. You're basically like an initiate, they call it. Mm-hmm. We're not a full member, but you are technically a member. A pledge, that's what the common,
Yeah.
So, us pledges, we had to... Now, keep in mind, my fraternity was very nice. They never called us pledge. They never talked down to me. Mm-hmm. No older members really, like, teased me or did anything like that you see in a typical fraternity, but I'm sure there are fraternities down in Mo State that do that for a fact.
Oh, 100%.
Mine is very laid back, and that's why I really liked it. And that's another reason why I really liked it at first, too, because they were pretty cool on the rules and stuff. So we have ritual, like, when is it? Once a week, and I'll tell you one of the first things that happened to me. I'll say one of them, because I had 2 events happen to me, and the first event was pretty crazy. I'll explain that one in detail. The second one's really, really long. I'm not going to explain that one probably in this case.
Yep.
But just know that there was something else that happened to me.
Yeah.
And so we had ritual once a week. And basically ritual would be you play an activity like an icebreaker with your fellow pledge members.
Yeah.
And it sounds kind of lame, but it was actually really cool getting to meet people who have similar interests in you and knowing which people who are joining this fraternity are like in your major. Like I know, like I immediately got really close with the wildlife biology people.
I get that.
Yeah. And then we had this one ritual. They told us like make sure you have the whole day off. The whole night off, because this ritual is going to take a while.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't have class or work or anything. So I show up, they tell us to meet at the frat house, we go to the frat house, and as soon as I walk in, they're like, give me your phone. I'm like, okay. So I give them my phone, and me and all my pledge brothers are in the house just sitting there, and we notice all the technology is turned off.
Yeah.
We don't see anything, like there's nothing working, we don't have our phones, we just sit there for like 3 hours. It was 3 hours. We were just sitting there talking, bored out of our minds.
Yeah.
And finally, they something happens. A guy comes to the door and he calls out a name, one member's name, and then after that, they call members every like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then my name finally gets called, and they walk me outside. He's like, "Come outside." And as soon as I step outside, they're like, "Okay, you're gonna put this on. It's a blindfold."
Classic frat.
I guess, yeah. What the
Classic
fuck?
frat.
They blindfold me and then they put me in a car and then they start driving me around. I am pretty scared, honestly. Like, I don't know where they're taking me, and they have complete control over me. Like,
right.
Yeah.
And they eventually take me to this house, and I know it's a house because like they open the door, I can just tell. And then they walk me down the basement. And keep in mind, I'm blindfolded this whole time. Then they sit me down on this chair. Then they unblindfold me.
Mm-hmm.
And when they unblindfold me, I'm staring in front of... There's a table in front of me with like a lamp shining in my eyes. It's completely pitch black. Like it's like someone's basement.
Mm-hmm.
And it's completely dark except for this light shining in my face.
Yeah.
It was like an interrogation room. And behind the table were all the most intimidating like people you could think of in the fraternity. Really like strong ass looking dudes, all looking at me. Scary people.
Gets real cult like real fast.
Yeah, and they were like, I was kind of shocked. Like I didn't know what to say first, and then the guy in the middle addresses me, and he's like, he starts doing small talk with me. It's kind of strange. Like he's like, "How do you like your experience in Mo State so far?" I'm like, it's
now is not the time, asshole. I'm fucking
You
scared.
just blindfolded me, and you just want to talk about how
Give me that water.
I'm switching colleges.
This is yours.
I tell them everything's
No,
good.
but I'm thirsty. What's cold?
I tell him everything's good.
Yeah.
And he asked me how my classes are going. I'm like, yeah, my classes are going good. And quick, something you need to know before this happens. We had to take this fraternity quiz about our history, you know, like...
Yeah. Like,
yeah,
I think Colton had to take one.
We had to know our founders. We had to know, like, where...
You have to know the signs.
Location, yeah, signs, the Greek alphabet, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And...
Classic frat.
Yeah, and I was kind of lazy, and I didn't really study very much, and it was way harder than I thought.
Because why would you?
Yeah,
For real. Like,
no, honestly,
what the
yeah.
heck?
I had to test.
You're literally in class.
He's got calculus.
Yeah,
I've
got some hard ass classes.
Real classes.
I don't even be studying Greek alphabet shit. Anyways, I did terrible on it, and they're like, "How do you think you did on your fraternity quiz?" In this dark room, and I'm like, "I don't think I did too good on that." The guy pulls out a suitcase, opens the suitcase up. In it is my test, and it says I got a 7 out of 33. Puts it right in front of me on the table. He's like, "You think you did bad? You got a 7 out of 33. That's failing. That's not even close to doing bad. That's a disgrace." When I see this dude...
Really? He said disgrace?
Yeah.
Wow.
Or something similar to that.
Well, yeah, but still.
And he's like, when I see this, I feel like you don't give a shit about us. Because this is very important history to us. And I told the guy, I was like, "I'm sorry, I didn't think it would be that important. I had a test that day. And I know you guys are very focused on academics." Yeah. The guy was like, "Yes, we focus on academics, but the fraternity always comes first."
Whoa.
See, that's when you're like, time out. Listen, I pay a lot of fucking money to go
to school.
Fuck you.
That's true.
Go to school, yeah, wow.
And
they really said fraternity comes first.
I was like, okay, well, I don't know, dude, because I'm not gonna know that shit.
Right. And yeah, because you're the type of person that needs to study.
Yeah.
Like extended period of
time.
Even
then, like, that knowledge is something you just have to study. Like, you
can't
just know that shit.
Exactly.
And what is it? And basically, he was like, "I feel like you're not taking this seriously, dude."
Right.
And he points to the table, and I notice there's 2 pins in front of me. I didn't notice it until he pointed it out, probably because they were all staring at me and stuff. And he's like, "See those pins? Those were 2 members who came before, who didn't take this seriously. You need to understand that you fucked up on this quiz, and like a good pledge, you should have gone back and studied what you got wrong, because you knew you did bad, right?" And I told him, "Yeah, I knew I did bad." He was like, "Then you should have gone and checked what you did wrong."
Yep.
And he's like, "If not, we're gonna take your pin right now." And I'm like, "I'll give it a shot. Like, I guess I'll try." Because at this moment, I kind of like the fraternity, and I don't really want to drop them. But like, once they're saying this shit to me, though, I'm kind of like, well,
it's starting to get sketchy.
Yeah, I'm kind of like, I don't really want to be in this shit anymore. But
it's almost like they hide their real face, like.
Yeah.
It's so much that.
Yeah. Keep in mind though, everything I'm saying, I don't think is like a bad thing, because you'll see at the very end.
Okay.
But they start saying questions I got right on the test. Mm-hmm. You feel me? And I get them right. I get the ones I got wrong, or the ones I got right, correct. But then the guy asks me a question that I didn't know the answer to, like who the founder was or something like that, and I didn't know. And I was like, I don't know. And every single one of them was like, "You fucking dumbass, you don't give a fuck about us." Like,
really?
That's very important. And there was a guy behind me, and the guy behind me was like, "That's a hard question. Give him another one. Everyone gets that one wrong." And then the guy's like, "I don't know, dude. Most people should know that one, but we'll give you another one." And then he gave me another one, and I got that one wrong too. And then they gave me more, and I got like all of them wrong, basically. And he's like, "Okay, that's it. This dude does not give a fuck about us. Give me your pin. You're getting out right now." And then he looks at my pin, and I don't have my pin, guys. My pin's gone. I was riding my bike to class like two days before, and my pin came off, and I lost it. And he's like, "You don't even have your pin? Oh my god. What the fuck?" They all like started like yelling and
this sounds like really fucking traumatizing.
And then the guy behind me, it was pretty scary. The guy behind me was like, guys, I get it. He lost his pin, yada yada yada. He didn't know all this shit. But at least let him like try to say the creed. If he can say the creed, he can stay in the fraternity." And then they all talked for a little bit. And they're like, "Okay, buddy, if you can say the creed, I guess you can be in this fraternity, because the creed's very important to us."
I guess.
And then I don't know the creed. How the fuck am I supposed to? The creed's like 6
Hear me out.
Long.
If he knows this, he's good. And you're like, "I don't know this.
I know.
I don't know shit."
Yo, you did come unprepared though, Jimmy.
I
like
did.
Sounds
real?
like you did. But
well, wait.
why would you have to?
No, yeah.
Okay, I'm hearing you out.
Hold on. Let me finish.
All right, finish the story. Finish the story.
That's very. And then he's like, okay, you're walking out, leave. And then I'm about to leave. They're basically kicking me out of the fraternity. I'm like, damn, I can't believe that just happened. That bullshit. And then the guy who was behind me, who I never got to see, was like, let him say the creed. That was a hard question. Mm-hmm. He was like, bro, do you want to be in this fraternity? I turned around, I recognize him. He's a guy that I actually know in the fraternity. All the other guys I didn't know. This was actually a guy who I got along with really well, who actually liked me. He was like, bro, I really like you. Do you want to be in this fraternity? I was like, sure, yeah, I want to be in this fraternity. He's like, okay. Comes back around, argues with all of them for like 10 minutes, and is able to convince all of them to let me stay in the fraternity.
Yeah.
And then, probably like, what the fuck? Like, that's freaking crazy. And I come back, they're like, congratulations, dude. this was just a test.
Oh, it was all a test.
It was a test. It was a test.
That sounds like hazing.
You could say, I would consider it hazing.
I would too.
No, it's definitely hazing.
But here's the thing. There was a meaning behind it. That's why they don't consider it hazing, why my fraternity does it. Uh-huh. Because this is what they said. They said, the people who are behind the table who are yelling at you, saying you're a dumbass, you don't give a fuck about us, that's everyone in the world who says you can't do what you can do. And the guy behind you, who is always like, give him another chance, let him say the creed, that's the fraternity who's always got your back.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I'll let you know, after that point, this is when I really liked the fraternity. Because, like, it made me really like my big brother. And I actually really like my big brother. Mm-hmm. And I just want you guys to understand the mind, what goes in to, like, making people want to stay in fraternities. Because this happened to me and another event happened to me. And you're probably thinking, like, that's kind of borderline hazing. But, like, something like that makes you want to stay in the fraternity.
Well, they're playing mind games.
For sure.
It's a mind game. It's a mind fuck.
But, like, yeah, I guess, yeah, I know what you mean. But it makes you really like your big brother.
Yeah.
And you have a real close connection with your big brother.
Did that guy end up being your big brother?
Yeah, that guy was, it was the big, I forgot to say, that was the big brother ritual. The guy behind me was my big brother.
Okay, so that's kind of, like, scripted then.
Yeah,
like, it's definitely scripted.
Okay.
Which is why it's a mind game.
Okay.
But you have no actual connection with this dude.
Wow, that's actually fucking crazy.
See, the thing is, they knew I was very similar to this guy. Uh-huh. They knew that me and him, that guy is probably the most similar to me in the fraternity. They paired me up with him. And they did a very good job. He is very similar to me. Mm. And a lot of fraternities are like that, too. They find the big brother who's, like, very similar. And then something else happened to me, too, that was really long, really crazy. And basically, I really liked the fraternity. I became a full member. And I was partying all the time. I was... Making tons of friends. I was on top of the world. And then, they want me to live in the...
damn.
Yeah, you could... Yeah,
oh, damn.
Good.
But then they wanted me to live in the fraternity house. Right. And I swore, because of my friends, that once they joined the fraternity house, they stopped hanging out with me. Their life completely got consumed by the fraternity.
Yeah.
And that's not something I wanted to do. I was kind of... The fraternity was always more like a club to me.
Yeah.
Like something like I would do like in my free time, but like not dedicate my whole life to, you know?
Sure, yeah.
And if I lived in that frat house, I feel like...
It would be too weird.
It's your life.
Yeah.
You know? You live there.
It would be too much.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So I was like, I'm not going to live in the house. I already talked to someone way in advance, though. I told him, like, I'm not going to want to live in the house. Mm. And the guy told me, like, oh, you can just get exempt.
Yeah. And this is where it starts to get real fucky.
Yeah, this is whenever...
I haven't heard this.
It was completely... Everything, like, completely changed.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I really liked the fraternity. Like, I felt like... I did really like it a lot. The parties were so much fun. I just met so many people, and you could do whatever you wanted. Mm-hmm. Like, there wasn't... Once you became an active member, you didn't have to go to all the dumb stuff. Like, you could go to only the fun activities, like the dances or the...
Sure.
Parties and stuff. But I did not want to live in that house under any circumstance. And... I was trying to get exempt, and I went to go get exempt, and my meeting got canceled. My meeting got canceled 2 times.
And don't you have to go to a board of
That's
people?
right, I forgot to explain. So in order to get exempt, the guy made it sound like it would be really easy. To get a house exemption, you have to talk in front of the exec council, and they all 9 have to unanimously say, you do not have to live in the house.
Which is so fucked up.
That's
really
bizarre.
They decide, yeah.
How can somebody think that they can put that power over you? Like
yeah, you're gonna live here. You're gonna pay this money.
Like you're in control of me?
It's like
fuck you.
It's like I don't have the money.
I just don't understand why anybody would think they could have control over anybody like that.
Yeah,
I don't care if
you're pretty crazy.
It's where it gets cult-like.
Yeah, it is.
It's so fucked.
Yeah.
But go on, Jimmy.
Yeah. So I tried to get exempt. So I went there twice to get exempt, and my meeting got canceled twice. So I was just like, okay, screw this, because I talked to Rowan about it. And Rowan's like, they're not gonna make you live in the house, Jimmy. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, I would assume that.
Because I'm a sophomore too, and like they're not gonna say anything. And I was like, dude, I don't know, because if they try to make me live in that house, I'm dropping. So I started talking to some people, and I was wondering like what would happen if I wanted to drop. And apparently dropping a fraternity is really, really hard. And this is something no one says. It is very hard to drop a fraternity, guys. Once you become initiated, it is hard. Before you're initiated, it's very easy to drop. And you might be saying like, why would it be hard to drop a fraternity camp? You're the one paying them.
Exactly.
Let me explain, because they do everything in their power to not let you drop. Apparently last year, a bunch of people wanted to drop, and they wouldn't let any of them drop. In order to drop, you have to talk to the exec board, just like getting a housing exemption, and then they all have to decide whether or not you can drop the fraternity.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently last year they didn't let anyone drop. And you're probably saying like, well, why does it matter if they say you drop? Just stop paying them, not a big deal, right?
Yeah.
Well, they have your social security card, and they threaten to ruin your tax credit.
Oh my god.
And keep in mind,
it should be illegal.
These people are freshmen. They don't understand that they can't really do that.
Yeah.
With a social
Of course they can't do that.
I know, but like people don't know that.
Yeah.
Well,
a lot of people.
Okay. Look, it has actually happened before to people because of something else. So basically, that's how you drop if you have nothing. But here's the thing: whenever I got initiated, they try to make me sign the housing form.
Yeah.
This housing form is a legal document that they try to get me to sign as soon as I got initiated, so I can live in the house. I knew I wasn't gonna live in the house, so I just never signed it. Didn't worry about it.
Yeah.
And people who sign that, that's illegal. That's a lease. That is literally a lease, and that's a non-binding. That's a contract. You cannot break that.
Yeah.
And that's when things start getting really hard, because then you don't only have to deal with dropping the fraternity. You have to deal with getting rid of this housing agreement that you signed up for.
Which is how they could fuck up your credit.
Yeah.
If you have a housing document,
that's how they could really fuck up.
If you don't pay that lease, your credit can't.
And that has happened before in fraternities. Fraternities do that. They do fuck up your credit because you signed the housing contract.
Right.
But I never signed that, so that was
When you told me that, I was like, what? If they say something, you threaten to get a lawyer and say, I'll see you in court.
No, it is actually really fucked. And sororities are 10 times worse. Sororities, you have to sign contracts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Boys and girls, watch what you fucking signed in Greek life. If they're saying your signature, be careful. Just be careful, because signatures and contracts,
that can be serious stuff.
Yeah, like it's serious. And you're a freshman, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true too.
And then I found all that out, and I was like, that's so fucked. So I had about enough of what was happening, and I emailed the president, because he sent me an email. Let me see if I can pull up the email.
Man. What would you do, Jake, if this shit happened to you?
If this shit happened to me?
Yeah.
Calling the cops.
Calling the
cops. I'm saying, I got shot. They'll be like, you didn't get shot. I'll say, emotionally, I got shot. And then I'll say, okay.
I wonder if Colton's frat does this.
This is almost every frat, I'll have you guys know, is very hard to get out of. Here's the thing. Colton loves his fraternity. If Colton wanted to get out, though, Colton would have a very hard time getting out. Yeah. I guarantee you.
I don't know if he signed anything. I don't know.
I don't know either. But that sounds ridiculous.
And
all of this sounds fucking.
They don't let because
loony.
It does, and they don't let people live in the house there. You have to.
True, it's a different situation.
It's a different situation because it's like they only have spots for a couple people to live there.
Yeah,
right.
So it's more like people.
But it seems like your house. They're trying to make sure they have spots taken up because they're trying to make money off having this house.
Well, here's the thing. The problem is my fraternity bought this huge ass house and they can't fill the house.
Exactly.
No one wants to live in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my president sent out on the email, if you did not sign the housing form, we're putting all the names into a random hat, and we're going to draw your name.
That's fucked
And if
up.
that gets drawn, you have to sign the housing form, and if not, you have to present your reasoning in front of the entire fraternity.
Oh my, that's
I will have
fucking
you know,
crazy.
Rowan did this. I did not do this because
did he draw a name? Did he draw a name on that?
Whenever I heard this, I emailed the president, and this is what I said. I said, "Hello, Mr. President. I would like to state my opinion about the housing to you since you're the president. The way you're going about filling a house, pulling names at random is messed up. Personally, choosing where you want to live in college is a big decision. I believe choosing where you want to live in college should be your decision, only your decision. At the end of the day, it's my life, and only I should be allowed to decide where to live. But surely you already know that deciding who lives in the house causes a lot of drama and a lot of problems every year. Because in my fraternity, it does. Picking who lives in the house is a huge pain in my fraternity. It always causes problems."
Yeah.
And I was like, personally, I think it's a big reason why Pi Kappa Phi has so many problems. Because people are always arguing about who's going to live in the house. And it scares people, too. But I don't understand why nothing has been done about it. Why no one has tried to find a solution to this problem instead of just forcing/scaring people into living in the house. I understand that it is a national rule and we have to fill the house, but nationals aren't in a good spot right now. Our founding chapter just got kicked off. We're a new Phi non-fraternity. We shouldn't be making people live in the house. That's something your typical fraternity does. And not even all fraternities do that. And that's a big reason, guys, why I like my fraternity. Was because they weren't like your typical fraternity. This was the first thing that they did that was like your typical fraternity, you could say. Besides, well, looking back, I guess they were kind of like your typical fraternity.
Yeah.
They hazed. They just weren't. Their hazing wasn't as bad. Everything just wasn't as bad, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
They weren't the extreme.
They weren't the extreme.
Yeah, it seems.
They were one end, but they're still like an end. They're still a part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And I understand that you can get exempt, but it's not easy, and you need to have a good reason. My reasons are personal, and from what I heard, personal reasons aren't good enough. I'm not the only one who feels like this. I would highly suggest you think about what I'm saying. I've distanced myself from the fraternity, and I'm seriously considering dropping, and this is a big part of why. So I sent that to the president, and then this is what he says. I'm disappointed and hurt that you think all about this at Pi Cap. I'm sure if you took some time to actually get to know us, you would have a much different opinion. Fraternities look horrible from the outside looking in, but once you experience it fully, you understand why so many men around the country enjoy the experience and are fighting to keep Greek life
sounds like a
relevant
cult.
across campuses around the country. I won't go into any detail and try to bring you back because...
No, of course not going into details, because your details are fucked up.
Yeah, I know.
Of course you're not going to go into detail, because your details are fucked.
Yeah.
Oh my god, people are crazy.
I know.
I know. I won't go into any detail and try to bring you back because you felt the need to personally attack me and the fraternity over email.
Yeah, you definitely attacked.
As a result, I've placed you under 30, 60, 90, which entails financial expulsion from the chapter.
Oh my god, just say I'm out.
Subsequently releasing you of your duty to live in the house. If you have an issue with that, or if I ever see you around the house again, I'll have Gusner send you to collections. Collections is the term where they ruin your credit. That's what... So they're basically threatening to ruin my credit.
Fuck you guys. I'm out.
You smartly gave them a fake social security.
I did actually, but hang on.
Alright.
And he said,
let's go, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Let's go, Jimmy. Smart Jimmy.
I wouldn't have done that. But I never would have joined a frat.
Yeah.
Shit.
Watch out, yeah. And he said, no questions asked. And he was like, once the 30, 60, 90 period is over of financial expulsion, you will pay your spring semester dues and no longer be charged for dues going forward. So, they basically dropped me.
But they made sure you have to pay for the rest of spring.
Yeah, which I am not going to do. I talked to some people and they said, don't worry about it. They're not going to do anything.
So did you officially drop then, or?
That email I would say I'm officially dropped. I actually haven't
officially
done
kicked him out.
Yeah.
And you're not paying. I wouldn't pay either. That's fucked up.
Now I will have you know, there's a website that says I owe like $1,000 or something from them. I think it's just a website. Like, it shouldn't matter at all.
What are they gonna do?
That's fucking crazy.
Are they gonna hire a lawyer, or what are they gonna do?
They don't really. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Wow, I didn't know all that. That's
it's
crazy.
Insane, isn't it? It's surprising.
It's something that should be known if you want to join a fraternity. How hard it is to drop once you join.
Which it shouldn't be.
Here's another reason why
it shouldn't be like connected to your taxes.
And I forgot to say
so
something.
much like a cult. It's crazy.
That's actually fucking nuts.
Once I got initiated, my dues went from $460 to $560. They went up $100 because I'm full member now.
Yeah.
Okay.
And $560 was like, I was like, that's too much money too. Like that on top of the house.
$560 a month?
No, $560 a semester.
Oh, okay. It's not as bad.
It's not as bad, but like.
But that's still a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Yeah.
And that's a cheap frat.
Yeah, that is.
These frats are cheap. There's frats out there are thousands of dollars a semester.
I bet.
Yeah.
Like the ones here.
Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know all that shit.
And
I'm glad I didn't join a fraternity.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what happened to Rowan. Rowan went to go get a housing exemption, and one person on the exec board said no to him not living. Rowan actually had really good reasons to not live in the house. He brought up how like he has a scholarship that only pays for school housing.
Sure.
And they just ignored that, and he said he had financial problems too, and he brought up his mental health as well.
Sure.
Those three things, and still one person on the exec board, the treasurer, he did not let him get exempt. So he went to the meeting where his hat got pulled, and of course his name got pulled because there weren't too many names.
Yeah.
And Rowan had to speak in front of the whole chapter about why he should not live in the house. And the fraternity voted for him to live in the house, even though he stood up there. He was like, I can't afford it.
Whenever it all should be is like, I don't want to pay to live here. And it's like, oh, okay then. Goodbye. You don't have to do that.
So, it's just such... how can you be that type of human being? Like, what are you thinking? What is going through your head?
It's pretty fucked up.
There are a couple people
that
are trying to argue for Rowan's case. And I think he's at...
Of course, man.
This is what happened. Like, a lot of people sympathize with Rowan. And they... I don't know what happened, but they're proposing a new deal to where Rowan doesn't have to live in the house. Because they really like Rowan, because Rowan is always around them. Not as much as I used to be. So they don't, like... They're willing to bend the rules with Rowan, I guess you could say. Mm-hmm. But that's the reason why Rowan might be staying in the fraternity, because they might let him live in the house.
Did he ever sign the form?
He did not, because I told him not to. Rowan did not sign it because I told him.
Good.
Because I found all this out before the day his hat got pulled.
Mm-hmm. So, man, it blows your mind.
They're trying to scam you.
Shitty people.
It feels like a giant scam.
And I had a friend who didn't want to live in the house, but he had to. Because they said, like, if you do not... pick up a housing form right now, you have to speak in front of the whole chapter. And they scare you, because you don't want to speak in front of the whole chapter. You know about why you don't...
Of course
you don't. And one of my friends who was kind of like shy, he took the housing form. Because he really did not want to live in the house. It was way more expensive. Just kind of sucked, but he took it anyways.
I don't know how it's not freaking illegal. Like,
feels illegal.
Somebody should take them to court if they...
Feels illegal. That's fucked up.
It's a scam.
But I will have you know... Fraternities are, if you're able to see past the illusion and like just accept like that you can't escape and accept what it is, just know it can help you a lot, because like my friend got a really good internship, like that's really good, and the networking, and you get to go to a lot of parties. Going to parties as a guy is kind of hard in college, and in a fraternity you don't have to worry about that. And it did improve my social skills, I would say, a lot as well. That's something that like I didn't really notice, but Rowan kind of pointed out to me. Mm-hmm. It does like help you in a lot of ways, and I feel like I don't regret joining it, because like it made me into the person that I am today.
Yeah, but you got lucky. For the person who gets their credit score screwed, no, that's not.
That's true.
That's not okay.
I'm also glad, because we were able to bring these issues that I had no idea existed.
No, it's
into life
actually really
here.
Fun.
Yeah.
Which I had no idea. Like, there's that many, like, legal repercussions for joining a fraternity.
And I have a friend.
Which is crazy.
It is crazy.
And get this, I have a friend, her name's Ashlyn, and she dropped the sorority last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
And her sororities were like $900 and stuff. And they're trying to get her to pay because she dropped. And it was even harder for her to drop. She had to talk in front of so many people. She had to talk in front of the exec board. I never had to do that. I just emailed the president, and I got lucky. I pissed him off, and he dropped it.
Right, yeah.
I didn't have to, like, do a bunch of dumbass shit.
Exactly.
But my friend Ashlyn had to go through it. And even going through all that, she still, to this day, is, like, worried about it. Because on this website, it says, like, she owes this much money, and they threaten to ruin her credit. And the thing is, they do actually have her social security number. They do have hers.
Right.
So, like, she's kind of worried.
So, ladies and gentlemen, do not give your social security number to your frat.
Yeah, don't give it to your fraternity.
Do not sign things unless you read them.
Wow, I did not know that.
I don't even know. It would sketch me the fuck out if a frat asked me for my social security number. I was like, why do you need to know?
Here's the thing.
No reason.
You're not supposed to give that to anybody.
There's no reason for them to know.
Nobody, unless they're from the government. Like,
true, yeah.
Nobody.
And it's like added right along. Like, I remember the thing when they asked for it. It was like this form we had to fill out, and there was a bunch of stuff on it, like your address, your phone number, and then like just added on was your social security number, just like any other one.
Hey, give me your social security number, man.
Yeah.
So
that's fucked.
I hope we can fucking get this out there because people fucking need to know.
I've never known that.
I didn't know that until Jimmy told me.
No one knows that. It is actually crazy. Because you know why? You know why no one knows? Because they do such a good job at making people enjoy the fraternity.
So they don't say shit.
Yeah. They weed out the people. They weed out the people who won't like it.
It's actually fucking genius.
And no, it really is. And you haze them. Because the people who get hazed, they want to stay in there the most. They would never think about dropping. Because, why would they? They went through all that fucking shit.
Oh my god. This is crazy. This is fucking...
To be with their...
blowing my mind. I know people in fraternities and in sororities, and now I think about that situation differently.
Is Riley...
I bring it up to people, and they're like, why would you want to drop? That's what they say. They're saying, well, yeah, there's problems when you drop. But why do you want to drop? Like, why are you asking that question in the first place?
Because organizations
I'm a fucking human
obviously
being.
fucked up. Yeah, I have my own reasons. Like, people are complicated. Who knows why he wants to drop?
That's why, man, whenever, I get really sketched out whenever there's large groups of people to make, like, organizations like that. It's just, they're sketchy.
That's crazy. And you said that's even supposed to be like a more chill frat, and that's like that.
It is.
If you go to a bigger frat,
you're gonna get fucked.
You'll get fucked. Fucked, man.
You get fucked, man. Oh my god.
Like, just think. Okay, so if you go to a frat, right? Like, his is like a super cheap frat. Most frats are over $1,000 a semester.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So if you go to one of those frats and they're super serious about it, just think of how much they could make you owe and fuck up your credit.
Yeah.
Oh, have you know sororities are a little bit worse when it comes to that.
Really?
Well, at least in your experience, it's hard to say.
That's true.
Generalizing, but
from what I heard, at most days sororities make a lot more contracts, a lot more ways they can mess you up. Fraternities don't really have to make I didn't have to sign a single contract besides this housing form that they tried to get me to sign.
How can they? Like, what are you making up contracts out? Like, what do you? I get the housing one, but like making up other contracts.
Yeah,
what do you?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. Well, I'm glad we got to talk to you about this, Jimbo.
I didn't even know that shit.
It was fun.
That's
interesting.
That's a lot.
I hope people listen. And I think we're gonna come to a close on this one. It's pretty long.
Yeah,
but
long.
Jimbo's is the man.
Jimbo's the man.
He's basically the host. He was the host last year. He's kind of the host this year. It's not his house, but Jimmy is the host.
I know
you gave us the tour.
He's the man. Jimmy's the man.
You're the host.
Do you wanna give people? You wanna say your Instagram, or you wanna keep that private, or?
Yeah, I'll get my Instagram out there.
All right, for the ladies.
Yeah.
Jimmy is fucking single and straight, if you were wondering.
Woo.
Okie dokie, my Instagram is PescarJ.
PescarJ.
PESKARJ.
Go follow that.
Instagram. That's all you got.
This was fun, Jimbos.
Alright. I don't use any.
So. Alright, we're gonna end it right here.
Okay.
Now, wasn't that the most shocking, captivating conversation / podcast you ever heard?
It was very informational.
It's good.
It's good. Can you fucking believe the shit that his frat, like, or I guess most frats do? Can you believe it?
It makes me worried for the people that I know in fraternities and sororities.
Man, signing stuff? Fucking threatening to ruin your credit? That's insane.
They just heard that. All that.
I know.
You're hammering it down.
I'm looking back at it. Since it's what insane people do. If you do that, you're insane. I'm sorry. Fuck you.
Okay, well, on that note, we still want to do our normal music picks.
Yeah.
Where we give two artists a shout out every week. Okay, yeah. So Eli's shout out this week is...
Okay, it's a band called Home Safe from Chicago, I believe, somewhere in Chicago. And it was their bassist / singer is also in another band you might know called Knuckle Puck, which I love me some Knuckle Puck. Great band, but the band I'm talking about right now is called Home Safe, also a great band. Love them a lot. Found them last year-ish, I think. And the song we're going to play for you today is called When You Left, off their self-titled, I think it's EP, called Home Safe, of course, and here it is.
Ooh.
What'd you think?
Now, I've listened to this song before.
Yes.
But I will say,
yeah,
it's a good jam.
Would you say that you don't judge?
I don't judge.
All right, cool.
I don't judge.
What's your pick, Jake?
So my pick this week is to my boy, Jakey. Is his name.
But that's your name, Jake. Are you literally just
nope.
Throwing yourself in the mix right now?
No, this guy's name's Jakey. Uh-huh. He goes by Nakey Jakey on YouTube.
That definitely sounds like
he makes some good videos about a lot of stuff. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel nostalgic.
Yeah, like what?
Like PS1 games, or Disney Channel original movies.
Oh shit!
Anything that if you're currently between the ages of 20 and 25, he's got stuff for you.
He's got it all for you.
He's got a lot of stuff on Halo.
Ooh.
Halo 2. Remember Halo 2? Oh my god.
Remember that time we bought an Xbox and basically just bought it to play Halo 2? Like, recently?
I do remember that. That was fucking dope.
I know.
His channel's cool. He makes music. This is why he's my shout out. He makes some good music. The song's called Moby Dick. And here's the jam.
All right.
You better than you know yourself. Well, myself said you can go straight to hell. Get it? Fuck it up. What's the point of being sad? Oh, you jealous? Oh, you mad? Honey, you don't know.
What'd you think?
I don't judge.
Okay.
But that man, he can sing.
You're saying you don't judge?
I don't judge.
You don't?
I'm not a judge, man.
Okay.
Was never appointed. Somebody wants to appoint me, though.
Contact Eli.
Yeah, I'm in.
On any of your roommates' podcast social media.
What are they at?
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
I guess.
Your roommates' podcast.
Go follow us, or Chris will die.
Now, if I wanted to be a lawyer,
yes,
I'd open up my briefcase.
Yes,
I'd look inside.
Mm-hmm.
I would see a box of Oreos.
Oreos.
I'd eat one.
Oreos.
And it would take me through the case.
All right. Where are you going through the case? What?
It would take me through the case.
Okay. To where?
To victory.
To sweet, sweet victory.
This is supposed to be your part.
You're supposed to keep going, Jake. God damn it. As always, support your local briefcase dude. He makes briefcases for young warriors such as Jake. And we'll see you later.
Goodbye.